CHERTL once again organized a writing retreat for lecturers, all working on writing related to teaching and learning, such as scholarship of teaching and learning publications, teaching portfolios, catalyst assignments, and PhDs.
Am I looking good? Hey! Good to see you. Hi.
Writing retreats offer academics a space away from the office and their daily responsibilities to devote to writing.
They are doing well.
The retreat was held in the tranquil and beautiful setting of the Royal St. Andrews Hotel in Port Alfred. The group was greeted by warm, pleasant sunshine and friendly staff working at the hotel. Not long before settling in, everyone met up and enjoyed a fun introductory activity to break the ice.
When teaching or working with colleagues, we unfortunately sometimes have to put up a mask. If you're having a horrible day, you still have to keep your horrible day at home and be a good teacher in class.
As an academic, this to me could mean this is a basket of skills, and it's partly my job to facilitate people who come into Rhodes as young students, and hopefully we facilitate the process of a basket of skills that they can leave university with useful skills that they can use.
As a scholar, even though I'm Stephen, I'm a husband to somebody. I'm a teacher to my students. I'm a supervisor to some students. So I'm like a cyclical person in the middle, and then our life keep revolving around so many of things that we do. So I find it interesting. Thank you.
This ball has no beginning and no end. And if we look at the process of education and the acquisition of knowledge, actually it has no beginning and no end. It's something that goes on and on and on and on.
My concept of being a facilitator in teaching research, this looks so complex, and I feel that everyone who comes into university, they find our content like this, and then it is our job to kind of unwind it for them, so that at the end of the day they can use it for anything that they want to do, because I think application is the biggest problem we have in teaching.
The first of many Pomodoros took place. The Pomodoro technique is a time management method based on 25-minute stretches of focused work broken down by 5-minute breaks. Lecturers also had the opportunity to work in whatever space they felt comfortable. Some preferred to work independently and were allowed to do so.
What I hope to achieve this week is just to get some traction, just to get the wheels rolling, to get the process started. Speak to people who have done this before, who have advised people doing it before, and make sure that the kind of things I'm writing about are relevant and useful.
I'm here to write my analysis chapter so that I can be able to submit possibly end of this year. What I've experienced in these retreats is I like the focus that it brings to one. You get challenged when you see other people writing, and you can't even afford to go back to your room and sleep.
So my expectations were a space, where I could write, I get to know more about the scholarship of teaching, which is a bit new to me. I'm an amateur in this field. So I was quite excited that I'll be meeting other people who are also writing about the scholarship of teaching.
An added bonus of spending time away with colleagues are the fruitful conversations with lecturers in other departments. They get to know one another and learn about how they experience the university, how they approach teaching, and how they cope with the joys and stresses of being an academic at Rhodes University.
I've very much enjoyed speaking to some of the colleagues at CHERTL, and it's been very useful. And then also just talking to some of the postdocs, other colleagues from Rhodes. It's very nice to get their insights into how they experience academia at the moment.
I can say what I've learned is, besides academics and being so focused on your studies, you also need time to breathe, you know, to go out, take a walk to the beach, which is something that we hardly do when we are back at Rhodes. It's work.
My interaction with the colleagues. I am a geologist, but I got to interact colleagues from all different disciplines here who are intrinsically involved in teaching and learning purposes. So I get to talk with them. I understand what they are trying to do, and that broadens my aspect for a bit. So one aspect of the writing retreat is not like you write all day or do all day. It's also the inputs you are receiving from, let's call it so-called unlikely sources. We did not really talk about work that much in the university that I get to do here, and I am really glad that I came.
I think the thing that stands out is that the writing, you know, especially in this field of teaching humanities, especially for us scientists, is not easy. I've been struggling. So I've spoken to senior people. Well, my HOD is here. So over dinner, I was quite relieved when he was saying he's struggling as well. And I felt, oh well, you know, we don't stop being learners after all.
Yeah, so normally for writing retreats, one would expect to write more. If you are doing a PhD, you want to write about the PhD. If you are working on a paper, you would want to write and finish off, to make progress. But in my case, most of the times my experience is slightly different. When I go to a retreat, instead of writing, I end up reading more and spend much of my time reading. And later on, I realized I did not write much. It gives me an opportunity to think and reorganize. Then later on, when I get the moment, I'll compile a soundful document.
On this trip, as I discussed the geochemical processes, I am working exactly on that for. I had the data available, and I am trying to write the manuscript over here. So it's going to be a big manuscript. Now I did not expect that I'll get everything done in 3 days. So I have worked, but I get to work tirelessly. I did not have to worry about when my food will be made or when I have to do something. And the situation in Grahamstown is not exactly ideal for now. I don't have to worry about any shower and nothing here. I have 5 publications. Actually, last one just accepted 2 days before. That was something that I was working on the last CHERTL retreat. So that is something really beneficial. So it has worked out for me.
Alright, so good things come when you go on writing retreat.
Yep, apparently that is the message.
Overall, the writing retreat was a major success. All the participants felt that they made considerable progress with their writing projects and appreciated the opportunity away from their busy lives to focus on their writing.
My overall experience was cathartic,
reflective,
Exciting,
productive,
Awesome.
refreshing, fabulous,
relaxed.